Good day, and we're back with more Doom 2016, and here we are with Resource Operations. Really, every little detail of this game has been lavishly created. Look at this. Look at how cool this little map sequence is. There's not somebody droning on about blah 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 blah. And no, look how fast the loading time goes. Now, I know that my PC is probably great and all, but it loads, and I don't have to sit through a fucking cutscene while it fucking loads. Which, once again, is one of my other major gripes with Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. And I can't imagine the new Call of Duty is going to be any better. You know your enemy like you know yourself, and you shall win every battle. But, yes, Advanced Warfare, you got it, the loading times are so long. And, it just annoys me to no end. And Vega, Vega here is a really cool character. It's all these little things, that make this game a real game and not just crap like Advanced Warfare. Now, that's not fair to call Advanced Warfare crap, but it's certainly not very good. The little optional challenges. It's like, this is a game. This is a video game, as some would call it. This is a fun game. A great game. This is what we all want, but did not get for so long. This is perfection. But yeah, Doom. I've mentioned this in many of my Doom Let's Plays, but I will mention it again here for you guys, just in case you haven't heard it. When I first heard of Doom, not this Doom, but Classic Doom. When I first heard of Classic Doom, it was my grandfather told me about it, and he was the one who was into gaming back then. And I was like, oh, I'm going to bring home Doom. For some reason, and I don't know for the life of me as to why, I thought it was going to be a side-scroller. For some reason. I have no clue why, but that's what I thought it was going to be. And as you'd imagine, it didn't turn out to be a side-scroller. But I thought it was going to be a side-scroller. This part here actually kind of reminds me.
I believe in honesty, especially now.
Also, I really like Olivia Pearson.
Will be your final
that's really loud.
In this world. All the rumors.
Yeah, it's human sacrifices, whatever.
Sacrifices.
I don't know why that's so loud. I thought I fixed the audio, but whatever. But yeah, it's like the story for this game, like I said, was really quite good, and I like the design on Olivia. She looked cool. She looked evil, but they didn't go for the whole cute evil concept, which I think is really stupid. It's like, oh man, but she's hot. Like, really, man? She'll fucking cut your throat. And various other bits, probably. So Olivia's cool. Very cool, cool villain design. Something you don't really see that often, you don't really see that many female villains, at least none that I can really recall. I think Resident Evil had a couple here and there, but they're not very common. One thing that was kind of interesting is Halo 2. In Halo 2, you started to see some female Marines. Because once again, as we all know, the entire video game industry is totally misogynist, apparently. Because, yeah. But that's people. I do like how some of the internet social justice types were trying to lambaste this game. Like, man, there's people who love this game are like crazy. It's like, oh yeah, Doom is still kind of an outlaw game. Because people were saying all that bad shit about Doom back when it first came out. It's like, oh, it's the devil's game. I don't think they actually said that, but I'm going to say they did anyway. It's like, oh, it's a game of evil. It's like, they're still saying that even to this day. Because it's fucking Doom. And Doom is fucking hardcore. But this is very much like Dwake, though. When I said in the review this is Dwake, yeah, it's Dwake. There's a lot of elements here. Oh, I thought I was going to be able to knock them off. That's one thing I loved about the Jedi Knight games when they were using the Quake. They were using the Quake 3 engine. They used the Quake 3 engine for a lot back in the early 2000s. Like, just about all the great games used that fucking engine. And I didn't even like Quake 3 Team Arena that much anyway. Mainly because I never played it multiplayer because I had no friends at the time. But, they used everything for that. But the Jedi Knight games, you could use Force Choke and just, toss the stormtroopers off in the bottomless pits. That was way more fun than it should have been, but it really was a great deal of fun. It's like, whenever you can, shoot an enemy off a cliff or something, it's a lot of fun. In this game, it's just so much fucking fun. That rip and tear system, otherwise known as the glory kill system, that is what really makes this game. That aspect, there's I think there might be one, oh yeah, there's that one idiot. Let's just smack him. Oh, he has no anything anymore. But yeah, that's one of the great aspects of this game that really does set it apart from the original Doom and makes it pretty damn good. Because it really adds another dimension to the gameplay. It's not just shoot, it's shoot and beat people up. Or beat shit, well, these aren't really people. Shoot and beat zombies up. And I really like the zombie design, because they could have gone and been really lazy and made the zombies just, look like regular zombies, But instead, they have made them look all cool and crap. It's like, man, just look at how cool everything looks. Now, I will say the imp looks a little lame. That's one of my minor concerns. Well, it's not a concern. One of my minor complaints about the game is just how lame the imp really does look, especially compared to the Doom 3 imp. But, whatever. It works well enough. Whatever, man. Oh, yeah, we got the fucking chainsaw. I forgot about that. We got 6 fuels. We'll save that and use it on something worthwhile. And also, the level design. Level design, absolutely grind-grabbingly transcendent indeed. It's just, there's just so many places to go, and I haven't found any of the secrets. I'm just, wandering around shooting things. And also, on a completely unrelated note, I just love how nice and quiet my PC is right now. Because I added, in this latest build, a couple of case fans. Usually I just have the one. Now I've got like 5. So it's nice and quiet. I also like how they brought back the level objectives and stuff like that. You wouldn't think that this would be something that would be important, but it's like, man, with it not being in games these days, it's really cool to see it back because it actually gives you, the player, something to do in the game. Because Advanced Warfare, man, I'm just gonna hate on Advanced Warfare for a while because it's just, that game is everything wrong with modern games, And I can guarantee, I don't know, I'm not gonna say I guarantee you, but I bet you no amount of money whatsoever that when Dishonored 2 comes out, which I'm not sure, I'm probably not going to be able to play that just because, once again, I don't have any money. Because bills, and I'm not somebody to max out credit cards or anything like that. That's one of the things, That's why a lot of people can actually buy stuff, is because, they put it on a credit card. I do not do that. That's not something I like to do. But, Dishonored 2, I bet they're going to simplify it. They always do. They always do. Dark Souls is the only thing where they did that in the opposite direction. Dark Souls is one of my other favorite modern games. Dark Souls, they did simplify. No, they didn't simplify it at all. They made it more complex than I think it needed to be in Dark Souls 2. Where you'll lose health every time you die. It's that was just fucking lame. That was annoying. It's Dark Souls is all about dying. Don't make it to where you get penalized for it. It's seriously, man. And then Dark Souls 3, I'm actually playing that now. I had tried to play it back on the 460, but it didn't run very well, as you'd expect. It doesn't run nearly as good as Doom here. Doom is very well optimized, but I'm still able to play it at 60 FPS, at all maxed out, but it sometimes will dip, especially as I'm getting into the more complex areas. Dark Souls 3 is pretty good. I still don't feel it's quite as good as Dark Souls 1 was. Dark Souls 1, I feel, is one of those perfected games where, it's just an absolute perfection. Now, Doom here, Doom is interesting. Do I feel like this is a perfect game or an Apex game of any description? I'm not sure. It's too early to tell. This is one of the games that I really do enjoy playing a lot, though. I've played this actually quite a bit compared to a lot of other modern games. I think as time goes on, I might consider it one of the legendary games of this particular era. I don't know if it changes enough, though. I don't know, it's not revolutionary, that's the thing. The only thing that it revolutionizes, well, it doesn't revolutionize anything. The only thing it really brings to the table is classical gameplay. So while I can gush about it, let's ask ourselves, can you compare it to, I don't know, Resident Evil? Does it... It definitely has its staying power, but does this change gaming in any way? And I really don't think it does. It's good, yes. It's great, yes. It's worth playing, and worth playing multiple times, but is it that different? Well, Doom 3, you could argue, wasn't that different from other games of its era. So, it's hard to say. I don't think anything's really going to recapture just the absolute groundbreaking insanity that was, oh yeah, we got to find that guy and take his key. The groundbreaking awesomeness that was, you know, oh yeah, because I couldn't grab it. Like, this is actually a fairly decent jump scare. Like, I don't think anything's ever going to really be better than Doom 3. I mean, Doom 3? Wow, then Doom 1. Nothing's gonna be better than Doom 3. Even though I just said, yeah, it didn't really bring that much. It's like, Doom 3 is great. It did something different, but I don't think it does things different enough to really be considered one of those super legendary games. Either it's something that certainly has stood the test of time, like this one will, but I don't know, because the more I think about it, it's like, what is and what isn't a game that is super legendary, you know? Is this super legendary? Well, by today's standards it is. By any standard it is, but at the same time, can it really be considered superior in any way to the original Doom? Hard to say. It's a hard concept to really come up with, I suppose. Or I could just be quite mad, you know. This is actually going to be a longer level, I think. I just like the fact that this game is long. It's very long, and on higher difficulty levels, it can be very hard. But I'm just playing it on Hurt Me Plenty because I got all my guns, even though all I'm using is a shotgun, which seems to work quite well. I do like actually how well the shotgun works in this particular game. Because like, you ever notice how in modern FPSs the shotgun is probably the most useless gun there because it has no range, doesn't hold that much ammo, and just generally you don't even come across it that much. Oh, we got the insanity? Berserk. Well, I can't even remember my own game, right? Now this is cool. I'm glad that it actually makes you invulnerable. This is very much Doom 3 inspired though. Because in Doom 3, you actually do, when you only find one Berserk, I think. I only remember only finding one in Doom 3, but like in Doom 3, like, when you go Berserk, you become completely invulnerable, and that's when you basically just go and punch a couple of zombies. Doom 3, I guess, Doom 3 tried to have more of a plot, and I think did pretty well in that concept. But at the same time, I think I do have an upgrade that lets this last a little longer. Too bad I did not kill anymore. I have the music up a little louder than I would in other games, in other playthroughs, because I really want you guys to hear the music, because the music is great. Specifically BFG Division and Rip and Tear. I listen to both of those songs all the fucking time. I listen to this soundtrack like all the goddamn time. Like if I'm reading a book, which that's my main form of entertainment, second to games these days, is just reading a fucking book. Because I'm definitely what you'd call a reader. Although I mainly just read ebooks these days. Back in the day, I would read paperback books, and that's what I preferred. I'm not really a big fan of hardbacks, just because there's not a lot of room for those, and they're very expensive. But like, whenever I read, I do like to have some music on, and I will often read to BFG Division and Rip and Tear. I think after listening to it millions of times, well, I mean not that many, but listening to it a bunch of times, I feel that BFG Division is a little bit better than Rip and Tear. Rip and Tear is more energetic, but I feel like BFG Division just is a better overall song. And yes, I am debating the virtues of Rip and Tear and BFG Division. What of it? Let's see. Oh, that's rough. But one thing that's kind of interesting about Doom 3 is it was a very messed up game. This game is very tame compared to Doom 3, because like there's one female character in Doom 3 and she fucking dies. A very brutal death. It's crazy. And I wouldn't get away with that. Be called sexist, misogynist, racist, and all the rest of the ists. I'm surprised they didn't say that this game was anti-women because there's a female villain. And we just take his decayed hand and whap it on there. That, I think, is another cool concept as well. Ah, Doom. It makes me so happy to play it because it is that good. Base casualties blocked. Oh yeah, Samuel Hyde in here. That's a good question, good concept. I don't even know what. Something I do want to talk about. Samuel Hyde, I've heard in other playthroughs and other people talking about this game, they liken him to Optimus Prime. He sounds nothing like Peter Cullen. I don't know what you're talking about. Samuel Hyde sounds like he's voiced by Lance Hendrickson. He sounds almost exactly like him. I don't know, maybe he even did voice him. I should probably check that on IMDb at some point. But He sounds like old Lance. Sounds like fucking Bishop from Aliens. Not fucking Optimus Prime. Like, do you even know who Optimus Prime is? Do you think he was like fucking from the GoBots? Although the GoBots is an interesting thing. I've never actually seen I think it's like a TV movie or something, the GoBots, but it's like cybernetic humans or cybernetic aliens in like a battle robot shell. It was supposed to be. It was done by Tonka actually to try to cash in on Transformers. It's an interesting concept, and I think the GoBots also ended up showing up in Transformers once. Hey, we finally threw out that grenade. Oh yeah, that was a Argent grenade. I need to change that at some point. But yeah, they were trying to. Tonka tried to. Oh, there's the blaster. Eventually, I am going to review the classic Quake 4 that for some reason I just complain about all the time. Quake 4 is awesome. Eat chain gun. I hate those shield motherfuckers, and that's why I bashed him in the face. But yeah, I disparage Quake 4 a lot, but Quake 4 is really good. I don't know what I didn't like about it, though. I don't know, maybe it was too much. Well, it's kind of funny to think that in 2008, I might have thought that Quake 4 was too modern and not as good as, like, Quake 2 or something, which is just hilarious. How little I knew then. How little I knew then. Oh, you know, it is sad how modern gaming evolved, you know, to where, you know, something like this game, we would have triggered so much story. You know, and the story that's in this game is good, but I still feel that too much story, too many cutscenes, is kind of a sign of laziness. Because, like, I think in some respects, it's easier to make just a cutscene than a lot of gameplay, you know? I think that might have been why in COD, you know, and Kawa, you see just so much cut to some kind of story, you know? Or why there are so many turret sections. It's just sheer laziness. It's like, we're not dealing with any turret sections. And I don't think I ever liked turret sections. That's not like some sort of retroactive internet hatred kind of thing. Because it's like you'll notice, as time has gone on, a lot of these games do have, like, retroactive hate. Like, oh yes, this game was shit. Why? Because somebody on the internet said it. Don't worry, ma'am. I'm from the internet. I know all and see all. You know, it's really like that. It's really annoying like that. Because, like, there's so many games that I liked back in the day that apparently the internet hates, you know? Or so many movies that apparently the internet hates. But, like, who hates it? Some guy did. You know, somebody did. Somebody said it was terrible. And the worst part is, I was one of them that did that. I was like, oh yeah, Quake 2 is crap. Or not Quake 2, Quake 4 is crap, even though it's not. I remember, I think I played that on the Xbox. And I think that was supposed to be a crap port, but I don't remember it being bad. I have the Steam version and yeah, I hate the game so much. I played it on the Xbox 360. I bought the DVD version for the computer, and then I rebought it on Steam because I am consistent. Here we have the story room.
That is pure Argent energy you've just taken into your system.
Yep.
It seems to agree with you.
Well, because we already beat the game.
I will unlock the remaining Argent cells within the facility for you. Vega, give him what he wants.
The double barrel? Already got it.
61,337 UAC members deceased. 81% of the facility is on lockdown. Demonic presence through the Mars installation is critical. According to the records, Dr. Hayden, the invasion originated in the Lazarus facility. It seems that a hell wave was activated, transforming 64% of all UAC employees into the creatures you see roaming throughout the facility. The rest were killed by the demons released from their holding cells by Olivia Pierce.
I feel I should apologize for what's happened here. Some of my employees took things too far. Olivia was the cause of all this, and I believe you will have to deal with her in time. You may not agree with our research, but know this. We exploited hell and its resources because it was in mankind's best interest to do so. What you now see in this facility is the cost of progress. But none of that matters now.
There is an emergency in the foundry. The regulators have been destroyed and the core temperatures are now destabilizing.
They've overrun the adjacent facility. If the venting turbines aren't re-engaged, neither of us will survive the meltdown.
Oh, the door open yet? The story is actually pretty good. I do find it interesting, though, that it still has that modern concept of you gotta go turn something on and turn something back on. Back in the day, that was like one of the craziest and most awesome things ever. These days, it is kind of cliche. Alright, and so I am GeneralLotz, and I'm going to wish you good Doom! And also Doom 2, or whatever. Makes you happy.